guys, good morning. So if you're working from home for today, I'm just going to quickly go over what you should be working on at home. So you're going to want to be opening both the bell ringer pack and the student pack, the narrative writing student pack. So we're actually going to start with the bell ringer today. So bell ringer, page 11, you can see there. So concluding techniques. The purpose of a conclusion to leave the reader with some concluding thoughts that strengthen the rest of the essay. This is the time to show the so what implication or the lesson learned. A traditional conclusion will sum up the story and repeat the thesis in that last paragraph, in the concluding paragraph. This method can sometimes bore the reader, and that is not what you want to do. So we want a bigger impact. We want a powerful conclusion that offers new insight and leaves the reader feeling satisfied or refreshed. So there are 3 concluding techniques that you guys could use in your narrative essay. There's the final observation. You make a final observation about the experience or the incident. It's a good chance to expand upon the so what, so really dig into what did you learn from that experience. What is the takeaway? What is the lesson learned? There's thesis with new insight, so returning to that thesis statement and really expanding on it, offering new insight into it. So maybe you just held back a little bit at the start and then you want to go back and really dive into it. And then building up on the main point of your essay and driving it home for the reader. So again, just taking that thesis statement but going even deeper, so there's even more meaning behind it than the reader realized before. And then lastly, ending with an image. So creating a powerful picture to etch in your reader's mind using sensory details. And we talked several times at this point now about showing versus telling. Show the reader what you're experiencing. Create something for them to imagine in their own mind rather than just telling them what happened. So bell ringer for today, that's just the information. If you've already done your conclusion, that's great. You can apply one of these to your conclusion and maybe kind of revise it and plan for that revision here below. If you have not written your conclusion yet, what you can do now is take one of those techniques. You can just pick one that you like best or you think would fit best with your essay, and you can write a plan for how you're going to use it in that concluding paragraph. So let's say you choose to end with an image. I like to use the example of my most recent trip to Disney World. If I was ending, my probably powerful picture I would paint for you would be, walking down Main Street for the first time with my husband, and we can see the castle, and it's really cool. We can see all the Mickey balloons and the Dapper Dans, in their candy striper outfits. Paint a picture for your audience. That way, it feels like they were actually there. That's going to be way more exciting than just saying, yeah, we saw the castle, we were walking down Main Street, and it was cool. Way more interesting if they can actually visualize what's happening. So that is the bell ringer for today. So just tell me which one of these you're going to be using and how you plan on using it, just right here. So no more bell ringer pages today, but you will be using this information. We'll come back to that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and open the student pack. You guys are going to start on page 11. I'm actually doing this part with you. You will answer these questions on your own. There's not a wrong answer, but there has to be an answer. So please fill them out. For these two, flashback and foreshadowing, what I want you to do is tell me how you're going to use either flashback and or foreshadowing to kind of move your essay, move it along, right? So remember, a flashback is going back to a part and then starting over at the beginning of the story. So you're not necessarily starting at the beginning. Pacing, sharing your story too fast, it gives it all away. We don't want to do that. We want to captivate our audience. So share a little bit at a time. But if we share things too slowly, too slow of a pace, that's boring. That bores the reader. So I want to see your plan for pacing your essay here. And it doesn't have to be really long. It doesn't have to be a big, long paragraph. Maybe just a sentence or two about how you're planning on using pacing to your advantage. Maybe there are parts where you speed it up. Maybe there are other parts where you just release a few details at a time, just enough to keep your audience clinging for more, wanting to know more of what happened. And then again, you guys are going to reflect with these questions on your own. Just make sure you do answer them. So that was page 11. On to page 12, that's where you're going to take that information. You're going to plug it in here. You do not have to do this down here. You've already done it on the bell ringer sheet. So over here, you're going to take that information, apply it right here. So this is basically your notebook, since the bell ringer pack is going to be turned in on Thursday. That is when it's due. So now we're on page 13. You're just going to use this space to start drafting, just as it says there. And then the other thing that we are doing in class today, after you guys finish pages 11 through hopefully 13 in the student pack, page 11 in the bell ringer pack, you guys are going to be just working on the essay. Want you to remember that the bell ringer pack and the essay are due on Thursday at the end of your class period, and then the student pack, this really big long pack, is going to be due at the end of the day next Monday. So if you have any questions, send me a private comment through one of the assignments, whatever you have the question on, or you can always email me. I hope you have a great day.